Are you stuck in lockdown with nothing but time? Now is the perfect time to catch up on all them amazing games that you've not been playing. So let's just jump into this video roundup for the month of April and see what top 5 games we have got in store for you. Mount & Blade has been with us since 2010's Warband, and as you might expect, nothing much has changed. That, however, is not a bad thing. When I get into one of Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord's pitch battles and charge through an enemy infantry formation while gleefully swinging my sword like a champion, it honestly feels like maybe what wasn't broken didn't need fixing. Bannerlord's graphics are the most immediately impactful improvement from its decade-old predecessor. The stunning map allows you to scroll completely seamlessly from practically right over your character's shoulder all the way up to a high-level strategic view, where you can decide whether to raid caravans, fight as a mercenary for a powerful lord, or even found your own kingdom. The lighting, textures and terrain are all impressive, and the level of detail really makes me feel like I'm living in a world. The character models and armor textures are pretty slick as well, even if they do still seem a few steps behind the current gen of blockbusters. Bannerlord has also drastically improved its janky interface. It's visually pleasing, well organised and easy to work with when you're organising your troops or unravelling the intriguing political web that binds each of the 8 major factions. And if you guys want to play Bannerlord with the MTU, it has 32 awesome cheats available. Things like adding gold, infinite influence or renown, infinite food, adding arrows, god mode and even one-hit kills. However you want to play, the MTU definitely has you covered for Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. Dealing with a deadly virus seems highly relevant in this remake, which adds a multiplayer mode. Though it's not as meaty as Resident Evil 2, it's definitely something to sink your teeth into. In the current circumstances of the world, it is also faintly reassuring at least our streets aren't ablaze and teeming with undead monsters. Resident Evil 3 differs considerably from the first 2 titles in the series, discarding the original's branching narrative, which force you to take decisions at certain points, instead adding sequences in which you control the UBCS, that's the Umbrella Corporation Security Force by the way, operative Carlos Oliveira, in addition to the much-loved main protagonist Jill Valentine. The game provides plenty of the franchise's staple elements, against a backdrop of gloriously modernised versions of familiar locations, such as the Raccoon Police Station. Resident Evil 3 is definitely a well thought out and nicely executed modern refresh of a survival horror classic, and welcome slab of escapism to enliven our current housebound lives. The MTU has got you covered against the undead hordes with 13 amazing cheats. Infinite ammo, no recoil, no spread, no reload, a definite must, and if you're struggling with that one pesky zombie, you've always got god mode or one-hit kill. Games no longer have to come and go, and Dying Light is a great example of this model. The open world zombie survival adventure debuted on Steam and console around about 5 years ago, but has hung around and is still amongst the 100 most played games on Steam. You see, the developers Techland just keep pumping in DLC, free content updates, major expansions, the following, and of course the new Battle Royale mode. And it's a game where people just keep coming back. Not only do they keep coming back, but they're bringing new players in with them, and therefore the Dying Light community just keeps getting bigger. You play as Kyle Crane, a secret government agent that's been sent into the city of Iran to retrieve critical data about a virus that's turned most of the population into, you guessed it, zombies. Crane, after immediately botching his mission and getting bitten, falls in with a selfless group of survivors, contends with a vicious warlord bent on controlling the medicine supply, and takes orders from an agency superior who would prefer to simply napalm the entire mess. Who will Crane ultimately pledge loyalty to? I wonder. If you need some help playing through this amazing adventure, the MTU has definitely got you covered. It has 28 amazing cheats ready for you to use. Things like infinite stamina, infinite gas in your flamethrower, infinite ammo, no reload, god mode, instant hold actions, and other things. You can even turn one hit kill on for the AI. However you want to play it, the MTU has got you covered. Guys, check out Dying Light. You can pick it up pretty cheap now and it's 100% worth the money. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 picks up at the end of the Alabaster arc, and it's not afraid to trim the fat. If it isn't to do with major plot lines between the warlords, emperors or world government, don't expect to see it included. If you're unfamiliar with the story, you'll only be scratching the surface. Instead, this is an enjoyable best of recap of One Piece's most impressive battles, with minor adjustments here and there. Each level in One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 takes place on a vast battlefield. These locations range from city streets to dense forests and even volcanic mountains. Each battle tasks you with a single main objective, normally clearing a path through your adversaries or defeating a certain enemy on the map. None of these goals are very complicated, so there's no need to stress about any deadlines or intricate plans. Instead, players can enjoy wiping the floor with the enemies across the map. The MTU for One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 has 19 amazing cheats and some hardcore options to boot. The cheats range from things like adding money on materials, easy kills for the AI, and the hardcore sees you giving yourself some low health, low stamina and resetting your money to zero. For all you anime and manga buffs, One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 is definitely a must. Endzone, A World Apart is a city builder set in a grim post-apocalypse. In a world washed with radiation, you and a small pool of settlers must carve out an existence, scavenging from the land, farming irradiated crops, and managing a diverse and ever-changing set of hazards. Endzone takes place in a truly unforgiving landscape, where nuclear radiation sweeps over the land and ruins dot the landscape. Although there's not a whole heap of information about how the world got into this state, developers Gently Mad have expressed a desire to include story scenarios into the game. Endzone is also complete with day and night cycles, weather effects and an attractive rust-bitten art style. Endzone has the makings of a great sim with creative potential constrained by the hazards and management layer of the game at large. Endzone scenarios begin with a small group of survivors made up of worker adults and dependent kids as you fight to carve out a small, sustainable civilization for your population amid the chaos. The MTU has got, are you ready for this? 70 cheats available for you to use during Endzone A World Apart. Things like setting your resources to set amounts, no food loss, never thirsty or hungry for your settlers, and a whole array of other things you can use to truly personalize the way that you want to play Endzone A World Apart. Guys, if you're going to give any game a play on this list, make sure it's this one. That is the end of April's video roundup, guys. Don't forget to let us know in the comments below what you enjoy about these roundups, and also let us know if there's anything that you want us to change so we know how to deliver better next time. And while you're at it with the comments, why don't you subscribe and smash that like button as well. Guys, I have been Paul and I will catch you on the next video roundup. Ciao.